just a dream. Future Dan? Is it okay that we exist at the exact same time? Oh, I guess you actually have a point. So what's up? That's it? No! No! Oh, that was just a dream.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I just had a dream of...
About what?
No! Oh, son of a bitch! Hello everyone, and welcome to a very first CYBERT Channel Retro review, complete with mustache. Don't worry, it'll be back. In 1985, Sega released their third generation of the home console in Japan called the Sega Mark III. It was later brought over to the North America market, known as the Sega Master System. Also, a certain handsome gamer was born. I'm the handsome gamer, I hope. The Sega Master System was one of the first consoles I ever played. As a matter of fact, this is my console from when I was 2 years old. And one of the cool features about this particular console was the card slot in the front. Here you could plug in other accessories such as 3D glasses. Yes, f***ing 3D in 1987. But it also allowed you to play these, which was basically a credit card with a game on it. Today we're going to be playing one of those games, and it just happens to be a favorite of mine from the system, Teddy Boy. It also has one of the best summaries on the back of the box.
It's a video dream, or nightmare, depending on how well you're doing. Scramble from maze to maze, each more magnificent than the one before it. Bumping off bugs, guppies, snails, dominoes, and more as you go. Grab precious points for tennis shoes, teddy bears, snails, and other identifiable objects.
Can we get a counter? Let's get a counter.
And try to avoid the ugly Den, a snapping dragon head, or you'll be forced to wake up to reality. The colors are fantastic. Even the music is wild.
This game has always been a staple of my childhood, but when researching for this review, I found that it actually has quite an interesting background. This particular version of the game was a launch title for the Sega Mark III, and was later brought over with the Sega Master System. And to me, that's basically all it was, some weird game that came with my console and had bright colors and guns and gotta shoot dudes. Well, it turns out this is actually a port of an arcade classic in Japan known as Teddy Boy Blues. But why call it Teddy Boy Blues? Isn't Teddy Boy enough? This, ladies and gentlemen, is Yoko Ashino, a popular Japanese pop star at the time, and this is her song called Teddy Boy Blues. Turns out the original arcade game's name was a reference to the song, and even plays an 8-bit rendition of the song throughout the entirety of the game. Not only that, the title screen has an adorable Yoko singing with a band of your enemies. Wait, hold on. Basically, it's like if EA went to Drake and said, "Drake, we love your Hotline Bling, we want to make it a game." For the Sega Master System port of the game, they removed the song and put a more generic soundtrack in. Not only that, they simplified a lot of the visuals because of the limited space and hardware of the time. But the question remains, is the game still fun today? Let's find out. Damn it. Let's do it. Ah, yes. I love the sound of it. The game immediately greets you with a, "Hey kids, you ready to have fun and play some video games?" And by the time you can reel back from the random color changes and music blaring, it cuts to a demo showing off the game. A little recovery time would be nice. At the title screen, you basically have one option. Hit the button! So let's go! Once in the game, the controls are super simple. One button jumps and the other shoots. That's not how a gun works. As a kid, I didn't really think much about it, but what the actual crap? So basically, your guns shoot out bullets that capture your enemies in ball form, like a Pokeball.
The goal of each level is to shoot the enemies that come out of these dice blocks and then collect their soul balls. You must do this before your time runs out, and if you don't collect a soul ball in about 5 seconds, they then become corrupted and turn into basically a dark Pac-Man that eats away your time. The first stage is pretty easy and helps introduce you to the bright, infinitely scrolling stages by creating simple platforms that vary just enough for you to understand where you are. Also, if you thought you could just stand there and ping them when they come across, think again, because apparently your feet are freaking fire and will burn a hole in the stage if you don't move. This mechanic is meant to keep the player constantly moving through the stage, but also could be used to help create a new path to get the jump on the enemy. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. So let's kill all these ninjas and move on to the next stage. Also, that's one identifiable object, if you could just put it up there. Thank you, Future Dan. Here we're introduced to 2 new enemies, the Den and the Jumping Daruman, based off Japan's Daruma doll. The Daruma is a doll in Japan that are often considered symbols of perseverance and good luck, which of course means you're killing all of your good luck. Can't imagine it'd be that easy to get all of it back.
I think I'm gonna need more salt.
The Den, however, are more threatening. I know, how can something this adorable be deadly?
I mean, look at him with the big old eyes staring blankly into nothingness.
Well, if you don't shoot them from the front, they retract back into their shell and you have to wait till they can come out, which is not a big deal unless you are low on time. So if you're down to precious seconds, you better be accurate. After the second stage, it drops you into the bonus stage. Quite literally. Here you'll find a bunch of platforms with dice on them. Unlike their normal stage counterparts, they don't spawn enemies, but instead will disappear when shot, revealing a random item that is worth points. And yes, they are all identifiable.
At least they're holding true to their promise of identifiable objects.
Sometimes the boxes aren't always filled with points. Other times you'll find the dark Pac-Man, or you'll find a Den. Don't touch that Den. It'll end the bonus stage and give you only 120 points. Then it'll proceed to congratulate you on a terrible performance and tell you not to touch the damn Den. Alright, on to stage 3. It's been simple so far. What do you got in store for me? Oh, a smiley face. And a ninja and what?
Are those the freaking snapping dragon heads the box warned me about?
The dragon heads are easily the most difficult enemy you'll run into. Fortunately, the game puts you in a protective emoji to let you see how terrifying these beasts are. It's just damn good level design. At this point in time, you may have noticed the blue girders from stage 1 are here. These girders are breakable and only take a few shots to break. At this point, you have a few options. Break the girders or burn the ground. Girders are generally the safest bet, so you can funnel them in rather than having to attack a ton right away. Breaking down the rest of the stages after 3 is kinda tedious. After all, there are 50 stages total. I mean, it's an arcade game. It's meant to test your shooting, jumping, and dodging abilities stage after stage after stage. A few new enemies show up, such as the caterpillar enemy that clings to walls and ceilings and will drop in front of you when you're near. Then there is the flea enemy that is a lot like the Daruma with a slightly different jump arc. And later on, you run into this.
Are you he?
Honestly, I have no idea what the heck this is. I mean, it could be a marshmallow, a pillow, flan, I don't freaking know. But then at the same time, it can't be any of those because it's the only enemy that takes multiple shots to kill. Pretty sure a marshmallow only takes 1 bullet to explode. As the levels progress through, the game throws in new challenges like never-ending pits where enemies spawn in, forcing you to make some tough decisions. Then there are some levels that are clearly the team going, I can make a turtle. However, getting through all 50 stages is incredibly tough because lives are really hard to come by. And once you die for the last time and watch depressingly as your character flies off to heaven, you're booted back out to the title screen where your only option is to start from the very beginning. But this is 1986 on a home console, which means goddamn cheat codes! This is the only way to access the ability to continue from where you left off. Before the demo starts, you can input up, down, left, right to access the debug menu, which sounds easy enough, but the Master System's D-pad is just as good as the Xbox 360's D-pad. You might be trying to hit down, but you could accidentally hit left, throwing off the entire code. If you manage to successfully reach the debug menu before the demo played, the continue option will be available. For some reason, it's not available once the demo plays. That's just life in the 1980s, ladies and gentlemen. There's also an option to turn off the fire feet if you found them too hot to handle. That's right. Feed me your aim. Feed me your booze, your groans. But there's still more here. By entering up, down 8 times and pressing 1, level select will appear at the bottom. So with all of these tools at our disposal, let's jump to the last level and see what difficult challenge awaits us. What perils lie before Teddy Boy? Will this truly be a video night? Beat it. Only after a few attempts, I was able to beat the final level. The only challenge here is running out of time as you chase a damn yellow blob down the screen. But other than that, it's all the same enemies you've encountered before. No boss, no major twist in this all, just pretty simple. Well then. Now that I've vanquished my nightmare, what sweet reward do I get? How will my epic quest of identifiable objects come to an end? I'm sorry, what? Level what? That's some straight up bullshit. I know that it's an arcade game and meant to be a point chaser, but it's the exact same level. No added difficulty, the exact same time limit, same enemies, no extra points, just looping forever and ever and ever. Oh god. It's video night. Oh, the box warned me and I didn't listen. Oh god. I didn't listen. I didn't listen. I didn't listen. Oh, the sun. I'm finally awake. Well, wanted to do that forever. Really though, I can't fault the game for not having an ending. I mean, it's on this tiny little card, and more importantly, it is an arcade game port, which is supposed to loop and help you get a higher score. So, I guess in the end, what are my thoughts? Well, play it. And then put it back on the shelf and not play it for another 2 or 3 years. I mean, that's really about it. Oh no, I forgot to grab the future damn ball. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like down below. You can become a Cybernaut today by clicking that subscribe button. I also have a GameWisp, which is a crowdfunding site, over at GameWisp.com/thatCyber channel. It is a way for me to continue doing all of these awesome scripted things. It takes a lot of time and effort, and it's greatly appreciated by everyone that has been helping so far, which is Showpot90, Obi-Wan Jez, and Aquino. You guys are freaking amazing for helping out so far. And you can also become part of that Cybernaut community by heading over to the GameWisp. Also, in the comments down below, this is a new series, and if there is a game that you really want me to review, don't forget to leave a comment down below suggesting what games you want me to review next. And until next time, Seibert out.